Just got this in the mail from Reolink. I'm pretty excited about this one. This is their brand new camera. Well, it's not new. It might be almost a year old, but something I've been wanting to get. They had it on sale. I think it was like 40% off. So I bought one. Check this out. Yeah. There it is. 823A, 16 power zoom. So that's why I got it. It has a 16 power optical zoom instead of a digital zoom. So I'll be able to zoom all the way across the field from the house and check things out from the house without it getting distorted and all fuzzy. Let's see what we got in here. Instructions. This is the power cable. So if you don't have a power over Ethernet cord, you can use a regular Ethernet cord and use this as the power supply. Here is the little Ethernet cord. What's this? This is the safety cord, the security cable to connect the camera to the base. Waterproof cover for your fittings. And this thing's pretty big compared to my other cameras. And it's heavy, wow. I need 2 hands for this. This is the bracket to mount it to the wall. And that's metal. So it would hang on there just like that. Wow, it's pretty big. It's double the size of my other cameras. But I want to plug it in. I want to plug it in to see if they upgraded the software because I just bought it. So I'm wondering if the ones they're selling now have the upgraded software for the auto tracking in it, or if I have to do it manually. So before I install it, I want to make sure that I put that software into it while I'm next to a computer before I get it out there. There's 3 cables here. One of them is for your internet cable, your Ethernet cable. One is a reset if you have to manually reset it, and the other is for your power supply. And what I was concerned about is how long this cable is. Like if you're not putting it in on the wall, like right here, like if it's mounted to your wall right here, that might be enough to get through your wall and all your connections stay in the house. But if you're mounting it way on the edge of your barn or something like that, then these cables are going to be sitting out on the wall or across a roof in the weather. All right, so I gotta think about that one. All right, I got the camera temporarily hooked up, and see the camera moving? I'm just showing you that the new software is installed already on the cameras now for the auto tracking. So that's why I wanted to hook it up. What I did is I used the power cord right here. It's just plugged into our outlet there, and then I used the little 3-foot Ethernet cord that they gave you and plugged it into one of our little routers on the wall there. So it is powered. It's hooked up to our system in the house, and it does have the auto tracking enabled on it. I'm kind of like moving around here. Yeah, see it trying to follow me around. Yeah, it's not a real good representation because it's laying on the ground here, but just to show you that software is on there. I had the computer all hooked up ready to put the software in, but I didn't need to. Once I got the camera onto my app on my phone, I looked into the settings and it was there, and then I just moved. I enabled it, and then I moved around and it was following me. So it's on there. I'm glad that I hooked it up here because this is the power cord that they give you, and it's not an outdoor cord. It's an indoor cord and little plug there. It's not long enough. So if you wanted to attach it to the corner of your building and run it back into your house, this power cord is not good enough. You'd have to run an outside extension cord and then plug it into an outside extension cord and keep it dry somehow. So that's no good. And then the cord that actually comes with the camera, if you use an Ethernet cord here, what they give you is not long enough either. So to eliminate both these cords, well, one of them, the power cord, I think I'm going to get rid of the power cord here, put the little cap back on it. I'm going to have to get a PoE cable, power over Ethernet cable, and a switch, a PoE switch inside the house. That way I just have one cord coming out of the wall. All this can stay, all these connections can stay in the house just curled up. Or no, they're gonna have to stay right next to the camera curled up. And then the waterproof block that they give you will cover this. And then my long, I get like 25 footer and a 25-foot cable that goes all the way back inside the house. So I'm glad I looked at it, because this power cord is good if you're mounting it right next to an outlet right outside of your house. Not even, I mean, because this cord can't stay outside. I mean, it's so thin. It's not even like a normal electric cord. It's so small, it's so thin for a power cord. So if you get these, you might want to do what I'm saying here, PoE switching cable. Right, we got the camera on location right here. I'm going to mount it up here, and in my Reolink Go, I'm going to move somewhere else because that's working off of a SIM card, a phone card. So I'm going to put this hardwire one right up here on this post here. So I've got my camera, and I just fed the wires through the mounting bracket, and then with these 3 screws on the top, I'm just going to screw it onto the top of the camera here. After I tighten the 3 screws to hold the camera onto the bracket, I loosened one of these top screws for this safety cable. Put the safety cable underneath the screw, and then they've got a little bracket right there you just clip it to. Now up here on my post, they give you a sticker template. I put the sticker template right here, and these top screws, they're not all the way in, so I can just hook the camera right onto this, hopefully. You can see how the top screws are ovaled out like that, so you can hang it without holding it up, because this camera is kind of heavy because it's all metal. This isn't a plastic camera, it's all metal. All right, a couple things here. These top screws, the screw heads were too big to fit through that hole so you could just hang it. So I had to take the screws out, hold this up, and then put the screws back through. So they didn't machine these holes, these slots, big enough for that head to come through and hang it. The bottom screws, when the camera's up here, you can't get to these screws to drill them in. So I just loosen this, pull the cable up and through, and let this camera hang down so I can put the other 2 screws in. We're going to do an experiment for this Reolink camera. Now I'm inside the house, and you can see the camera mounted on the post right there. Now, I didn't buy that camera specifically for the auto tracking. I bought it for the zoom, because from my phone, no matter where I'm at, I can access that camera, I can turn, pan, whatever, and I can zoom all the way across my field 400 yards to see what's out there. So the purpose of me getting that camera is for the 16 power optical zoom. That's why I bought it. But the actual best thing about that camera is the auto tracking. It's stinkling. It's amazing. This camera is crazy. Okay, so I got the camera. If you can see it, it's facing that way. It's facing the driveway, somebody coming up the driveway. And when somebody comes up, it's going to see them, activate the camera, send me an alert, and then it's going to track that person the whole stinking time. And then once it's done tracking and the person or the object disappears, it automatically goes bzzz and goes right back to where it was positioned in the first place. So I'm going to step out here, and I'm going to try to sneak past this camera and see if it grabs us, and then we're going to see how it tracks. I want to get past it without it knowing. I'm going to try and stay out of its field of view and sneak around the house. Oh, okay, it hasn't moved. All right, so I'm going to move real slow. Hopefully it don't see me. Okay, we got past. All right, so we're going to go around the house. You got to see this. I'm making this video because this is a reason to buy this camera right here. Now there's probably other cameras that do it, but this has the 16 power zoom too, so that's pretty good, man. All right, I'm going all the way around the driveway. Let's see. I'll see. I don't know if it's going to be able to find me right here. Right now, I'm probably 50 yards away. I'm going to try and do this. I'm directly in line with that camera. I don't know if it saw me. Yep, it already saw me. Dang it. All right, it's already sending me an alert that it found me. It found me sneaking around out here already. But I'm gonna stay on it. You got to. I'm like 50 yards away. This is crazy. And I'm turning. I'm walking towards the field. It's still sending me alerts. It's still letting me know. I'm gonna unzoom here so you can see where I'm at. I'm up here in the field now. I'm going all the way around this house. It's still tracking me. This is crazy. See how it's facing me? It's still sending. Now I'm not going to walk through this tall grass here. It's all wet, but I'm so far away. This is nuts. Keep your eye on that camera. I'm walking past the house here, almost to the front of the house. It's still sending me alerts. So it doesn't send you one alert. It just keeps sending you alerts. I don't know how often it's sending me the alert. Every 10 seconds, it's telling me that there's something moving. But see how the camera is now facing directly at us? As soon as you start to get out of its view, it goes rrr, and it changes. It should start turning. Yeah, it's turning. Okay, so every time it moves, it sends a new alert. Every time it has to adjust. Now, I'm going to walk way out here. Actually, let me stay zoomed up because I want to see when it gives up. How long before it gives up. Okay, I'm on my road here. And I'm just going to walk down the road. I'm just going to walk away. And see how long it just gives up before it goes back to its original position. Look how far away I am. I'm almost 100 yards away, and it's still tracking me at 100 yards.